another troublemaker that used to work for her, and she would work for her. So I knew her name. I knew that she had trying to do these clothing, whatever it was, clothing collection or something. I knew of her. But when I say friends with her, Michael Campanella and Siggy Flicker never had dinner with Margaret and her husband. Never once did I get a phone call and say, hey, girl, let's meet for lunch. Let's have coffee. She wasn't in my friend group. Never. But the way to bring her on the show was to lie to the executives and say, we found a friend of Siggy's to come on the show. You see, the production company has all the power. Bravo executives are sitting there and they ask for the production company to make it as authentic as possible. So when I do this, I want everybody to understand, I never had a problem with Bravo, and I'm not ever going back to Bravo, but I can't lie and say it was Bravo. I never had a problem with the executives at Bravo. My problem was always with the production company. They sucked day one. They sucked. They sucked where they made the work environment as toxic and as swampy as possible when you didn't need to go there. Listen to me. Kim D warned me, and I said, Kim, come on, we're not going to lie. Teresa's coming out of jail. They want to bring lightness. It's getting too dark. Listen to me. The people who create the darkness is the pieces of shit in that production company. 2 of them got fired. The head honcho went right away. The other one, it took some time for her to go away, but she's still involved because she still knows people there, and she still gives in her 2 cents. They're still having dinner with the roast beef sandwich. It's still happening. And it's not fair. It's not fair to somebody like Teresa Giudice. Now, I don't need to defend Teresa Giudice. Teresa Giudice is Jersey. She's Jersey. You don't watch the show. You don't watch the show to hear anybody else's storyline. You watch the show for Teresa. She got married on the show, went to jail on the show, got divorced on the show. She gives her heart and soul. But here's why it's different now with Teresa. And your viewers need to understand this. Teresa, David, for the first 12 years, Teresa never watched the show, so she couldn't get angry. She would call me up and say, Siggy, why are you so angry? I'm like, have you watched the edit? I'm sitting in a diner. This girl's attacking me. I finally say to this thing that, with the chomper, the whole thing, shut the fuck up. And that's all you see is Siggy. And everybody should be like, Siggy, you're the one who wants peace. I'm like, listen, guys, I want peace. I want love. But when I'm constantly being for 5 hours, I'm going to defend myself. I'm not a wuss. You got the wrong girl. You're only saying, hi, can I have the cheese fries? Shut the fuck. You're not saying that she attacked my husband, my kids, my family. They're whispering in her ear, say this to her, say this to her, say this to her. It was like, at the end of the day, I'm like, oh my God, you know what? Edit it anyway. I just got to get out of here. It was disgusting.
What about like you had issues with that whole walking in the fashion show? I mean, I think off camera or like even on camera, you had issues there too, right?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, when I said 2 things, when I went to the group of girls, now imagine we're filming and I said, listen, Dolores and I are going to Kim D's having a charity event for a family that lost their children. That's it, right? She says, I don't like Kim D. And I'm like, oh my God, this one wants so much airtime. I can't take it. You don't even know Kim D. Shut the fuck up. You don't know Kim D. You don't have to like Kim D. Kim D is not in a popularity contest. If you know her, you love her. And if you don't know her, you're going to believe the edit that they try to create on her. She brought in the ratings for that show for the first 8-10 years, however long you were on that show. You like her, love her, Kim D's ratings gold. Now, you don't like Kim D? Fine, you don't like Kim D. She goes, well, I don't like her. I'm like, you don't know her. She didn't stop. I said, you don't know her, so just be quiet. This is a charity event. She goes, well, Hitler wouldn't have killed me. Does that make him a good person? No. I'm the only Jew in the room. I'm the only Jew in the room. Now, imagine if she would have referenced to Andy Cohen, the LGBT community, when they're discussing going to a charity event for his friend. Imagine at Housewives in Atlanta, if the girls were going to a charity event and somebody was to reference the KKK, it would have been the front page of the New York Times. Now, I'm in the room, and I said, excuse me, did you just reference Hitler to the only Jew in the room, the daughter of a Holocaust survivor and scholar who ran Yad Vashem for over 24 years? You're a fucking sick girl. Hitler, came to your mind when looking at this gorgeous Jewish girl? I bugged out, walked out, and then editing has tried to like flip it. They tried to make me say, no, you called her an anti-Semite. She's married. I don't care if she's married to a Jew. I don't care if she's converted today. I have a problem with most liberal Jews. What are you going to do? Here I am. Bring it on. Bring it on. All liberal Jews, just so you know, you're watching this, you voted to destroy America and your only homeland. Am Yisrael Chai Israel. What are you going to do about it? I ain't taking it back, and I'm not sorry for saying it. I don't need the 1% that are hiding out in their parents' basements. Now, let's get back to that. First, that was the most disgusting thing she did on the show with Andy and everybody trying to, we need her. She's the witch on the show that's going to get us all the dirt on everybody. The second most disgusting, horrific thing is when my beautiful daughter comes home and says, my mother is getting DMs from Margaret Josephs. Margaret Josephs is reaching out to my mother, knowing that these kids just suffered a horrible divorce and they were young. And I have 4 children. My stepchildren are my children because I'm responsible for them emotionally, financially, and physically. And I love my stepchildren. They are my kids. And we are one big, happy, blended family. And when I heard this, my husband looked at me and said, they don't want to make the show light. You're off. Siggy, you don't have anything to hide. I'm an open book. I don't care if you like me, you don't like me. You're crazy. If my energy is off the charts, there's nobody who I'd rather hang out with than myself. I mean, come on. At the end of the day, no, you are going to bring us down this path and hurt children. You call up James Leonard and you get that resignation letter going now. After reunion, you're done. And I looked at him and said, Michael, you're right. I didn't think it was going to go this way. Like the evil on it. You already have drama. You have to go into that. He said to me, I have been through hell and back. I had to rebuild myself. My family is my everything. My wife, my children are everything. My kids have already suffered the worst divorce. It's like, stop, let's have some peace. And now with this, it's just, and he was afraid because he goes, Margaret brings up anything. Siggy is not going to be able to hold back. And anything that comes out of my mouth would have hurt the whole family because honesty is the best policy. I don't believe in lying or not. You come for me. I am taking you down and your family members better not be behind you. Everyone has to go down let's do it. Let's dance. Let's shout. Let's get the chips, the salsa, the guacamole. Let's dance. Once you hit my nerve, that's it. It's over.
We're all the same way. I know. I'm very calm until you get to a hot button, and then I will literally. That's it.
And when I tell you, you could call me Siggy Flicker, Dave. You could call me anything you want, but when you come for my children, and who she doesn't have. What does she have? One child. She doesn't have a big. She doesn't even know. She does.